name is Dr. Ron Adams. Today is June 21st, 2010. Today is the first day of summer. And as most of you around here know, our temperatures are on the rise. Today, I think when I was driving in, it looked like it was about 93 degrees. So it's definitely pretty warm out there at this time of the year. It's essential that you stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water. Remember, coffee, tea, and soda, those are not considered water. Those will make you more dehydrated. So we want to make sure that you drink a lot of water, stay out of the heat as much as you can. If you're in a job where you have to work out in the heat, again, stay hydrated, take the breaks as often as you can. If you start to feel lightheaded, if you start to get headaches, if you start to have nausea or feel dizzy, that's the time to get out of the sun. Get into a cool area, possibly put a cool compress on your forehead, drink a lot of water, get rehydrated again. The last thing we want to see is you suffer from heat exhaustion or heat stroke. So what we're going to talk a little bit about today is the office. Since this is our very first video newsletter, we're going to kind of go over all the technicalities first, I guess would be the best way to put it. I have been in private practice here in Statesville for going on close to 10 years. We're located at 300 North Oakland Avenue. For those natives, it used to be the Glen Fox grocery store. What we do in our office is a little bit different than what you'd expect. I am a chiropractor. I've been licensed duly by the state of North Carolina since 2000. What we do is what's called brain-based therapy. We also do metabolic type therapies. What is brain-based therapy? Well, brain-based therapy is a neurologic-based treatments for a multitude of conditions that folks suffer from. Yes, we do deal with neck and back pain. We do deal with folks with disc issues. But we also deal with folks that have chronic health conditions. We want to help them get to their optimal. We want to get their health back to where they can get out in the game again and do all the things that they want to do. The way that we do that is, again, neurological or brain-based treatments. With metabolic type treatments, what we look at is, for some folks, we might have to do some blood testing to find out what's going on with them. We might have to do saliva testing. We might have to do fecal testing. We want to see what's going on with the gut and the rest of the system to try to bring you back up to optimal health. So it's not going to be one of those where you're going to come in here and say, I want you to pop my neck, and that's going to happen. Absolutely, that will not happen. On your first visit, basically what we do is a complete history. Then we do a complete exam. I'm going to check you out from head to toe. We're going to do orthopedic tests. We're going to do muscle tests. We're going to do range of motion tests. We're going to do a lot of neurologic tests. At the end of that portion of it, if we need to do any type of metabolic testing, I'm going to let you know what we need to do at that time. We'll go ahead and put the appropriate test on order. Once we get the results from everything back, you and I are going to sit down and I'm going to go over all of those results and we're going to lay out the best course of care to get you where you want to be. So it's not a quick fix. We're not here to give you a pill. We're not here to cut you open or do any type of surgical procedure. We're here to deal with your health, and that's our number one goal, is to get you back to health, get you out there in the game, doing all the things that you want to do. Here at Statesville, we want to make sure that everybody is treated the same. We want to get as far as the speed at which you come into the office and are seen by myself. The first thing that we do with that, as a new patient, you're going to be mailed an information packet before you even come into the office. It's going to have your new patient paperwork. We want to make sure that you fill that out as completely as possible. It is a requirement. If there is something that is not completed, if it's something quick, we'll have you do it right here in the office. If not, we might have to reschedule you so you can be seen at another time. The reason that we do that is because I have been a patient at other doctor's offices, and I don't care how nice the doctor's waiting room is, I don't want to sit there all day, just like I'm sure you don't. So that's why we ask you to have your paperwork completed ahead of time. It's not only for your convenience, but it's for the convenience of other patients as they come in. Nobody likes to wait, and I certainly don't want you to have to wait. So once we've got all the paperwork taken care of, that's when we start the examination process. Once we've done the examination process, if any labs are necessary, we order those. Then if we need to do any type of x-ray, we do that here in the office. I may have to send you out for an MRI or a CT scan depending on your case. We have a couple of excellent facilities right here in the Statesville, Iredell County area. Very high quality imaging that they do. So if we need to utilize that, we'll set everything up for you. Once we get the results of all your testing back, you and I will sit down and I will explain to you exactly what we're looking at. What the results of my exam findings were, what the findings of the lab work is, what the X-ray or MRI or CT results are. and we'll lay out a course of care that will help you get optimal results. Again, I've got to get you back to health. We want to get you back out in the game. If you've got kids, we want you to be able to see those kids graduate high school, get married. We want you to grow old with your children. If your children are already up there in the years, we want you to be able to play with your grandkids or your great-grandkids. So we're going to do everything that we possibly can to get you the best possible results. One thing that I will tell you right up front is I am very accessible at this office. If you have a question for me, the best way to get in touch with me is through email. My email address, now this is my personal email address, I'm putting this out on the web all across the world. My email address is askdr.adams, A-D-A-M-S.com. So it's askdr.adams@yahoo.com. Feel free to ask anything that you'd like. If you have a question, if you have a comment, if you have a complaint, feel free to send it. I want to know exactly what you're thinking. If you're already an existing patient, we want you to do the same thing. Please feel free to stay in touch with me. I do not want everybody to think that, well, I can only see the doctor or ask him questions when I'm in his office. It's not that way. I'm available very, very often. One of the things that I do want to talk about right now is I am currently in the process of attaining my diplomate in chiropractic neurology. Basically what that means is we're focusing a lot more on the neurologic aspect of treatment. We talked about that a little bit earlier. So as such, I had to alter my office hours a little bit. We used to be open Monday through Friday, 8 to 12 and 2 to 6. We're no longer open those hours. We're open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 12 and 2 to 6. Friday is basically my travel day. That's the day that I have to use to get to the school that I'm going to. Sometimes it's in Atlanta, sometimes it's in Dallas, sometimes it's in Boston, sometimes it's in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, sometimes it's in Orlando, Florida. It just depends on where the course is being offered at that time. So that's why we altered the office hours. On the weekends that I do not have to go to school, that's when I study. So in case somebody thinks I'm out there playing golf or fishing or something like that, most of the time that's not the case. So I'm glad you tuned in. Again, this is our inaugural video newsletter. Feel free to make any comments or questions. We're going to have it on our new website, which is painfreestatesville.com. Our old website, we're going to try to get that posted on there. That's statesvillechiro.com. It's also going to be on Facebook, which is Statesville Chiropractic. You can find us on Facebook. So we're pretty much out there, and just please feel free to let us know what you think. And I look forward to seeing you in the office. You have a great day. And again, my name is Dr. Ron Adams. Thanks.